Um, Sorry, I still haven't fixed this part of my hair, so I'm just letting it. So, this look like I have half my head. Okay, let's do a reading, you guys. I always look so raw every time I come here. I never look like the version of myself. Let me see if I can change the lights. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Cool, that's better. So, let's do it like this. I have my pod tarot out here. I wanted to be a reader for other readers, tell stories for people, but people wanted to tap into my energy, be like, oh, this is what's going on. Three of Pentacles here. They wanted to steal my communication from heaven in order to act as if that they were to receive some sort of financial blessing, and now they're going to be losing it all. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. You see what I'm saying? They wanted to replace my Wheel of Fortune. See? This is all the energy right here. I'm so sick and tired of this shit happening. Because it's a projection. It's what makes me paranoid. This isn't going to happen. I'm not going to lose all my wealth and fortune. I'm not going to lose my whole life, and I'm not going to lose everything that, yeah, exactly. I'm not going to lose my intellect, intelligence, my formatting, because they want to steal it, because I feel them trying to steal it. I feel them trying to sacrifice in order to make dues, to pay bills, to get shit done. And it's like, that's not what I work for. My security, they work for the security that I build. Like, and they're not doing a good job protecting it. So exactly, judgment in reverse. So they try to act like as if the security that I build isn't anything that they're meant to secure. So they lose their own security for their misjudgment. They misjudge their own security. So they feel like what? They feel like they're insecure. They feel entitled to not protect other people's security because they feel insecure. Yeah. They feel like other people should have security from them. Like, why should you be afraid of them if you have a gun? Like, they're trying to make it seem like stability is what comforts you away from them. Yeah, exactly. Hermit in reverse. Exactly. What comforts you away from them, they try to, it's false satisfaction. Comfort away from something is a false satisfaction. False sense of satisfaction. So they worship false sense of satisfactions. Like, they apply themselves in the wrong factions. Then they project that energy as a fear. See, death. This is the card that was supposed to come out. The reading, that was what was coming out in the reading. Would these readers be hiding? Nothing. I don't see anything else. Yeah, because she's seeing a death to that foundation, a death to that judgment, a death to that energy. Trying to make it seem like everybody's going to now get the Empress's funds, money, articulation. Like, oh, there's someone hating. Oh, there's such a hater. Oh, it's just a different perspective. Now it's a plan. Two Pentacles. There's a plan. That's all false scripting, false faction, false fucking hive mentality, and no one has time to dismantle all of that. Who are we dismantling it for? We're not a part of that faction. We're not a part of that organization. We're not a part of that sequence. We're not witches. We're not whores. We're not going to dismantle false business structures, false corrupt sequences. We're not going to do all of this for what? It's not our fault. It's not our fault. It's not our fault. See? It's not our fault. The descent that occurs is a descending, not a fucking fall. Detrimentalhood. We protect ourselves from our own detrimentalhood. Everyone has a detriment in their chart, in their astrological chart. Everyone has a magical Pisces. Everyone has a 12th house. Everyone has a Pisces 5th house. Everyone has all these things, all these issues where people are like, oh, well, everybody has all these problems. You too, you have it. No, my problems are different from your problems because we all have the same resources to achieve the same thing, the same basis, the same foundation. Trying to destroy somebody else's foundation, somebody else's house, that's weird. It's not normal because that doesn't exist in anyone's chart. That's not anyone's chart. That's why it's nobody energy. And that's why God can be nobody too. Because that's the fear that he has instilled in people. People don't understand what obedience means. People don't understand what obedience means. They think that rebellionhood is where you dye your hair. Oh, I dye my hair. I pierce my tongue. So I must be rebelling against a certain kind of society or scripture. Maybe your focus on that is the leverage of the other extreme. The other extreme wants you to be sitting there leveraging your whole, putting all your eggs in one basket. This is exactly why a certain thing is the way that it is. Your own certainty will be your downfall. Is that in your detriment? Is it in your chart? Is it in your physiological being and structure? If it's not, then why the fuck are people wasting their time serving karma that isn't theirs if the karma loop is going to repeat itself constantly? Obviously, the answer is everybody focuses on what their own detriment is. Everybody focuses on what their own descent is. Everybody focuses on what their own ascent is. Everybody focuses on what their own lifestyle career is. Obedience is following the instruction that God gave you. God might have said, dye your hair this color and that color. God might have said, don't dye your hair this color and this color. God might have not said anything at all. God might have said 1,000 words, 1,000,000 words. God might be singing. All that people know about the situation is what they've planned around what they know. Their own idea of certainty. It's not order. Being in a state of disorder puts one in, what is it called again? Whatever. It's like a lot of defense mechanism because there's a lot of like corruption. A lot of this has to do with corruption, like colluded speech, corrupted speech, trying to turn things into your favor. These are all people that are trying to turn things into their favor. They don't care about, like, they don't care whether this is a corn winning competition or a hog like festival or a you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter what kind of competition, sideshow, project, what kind of showcasing like it is. They plan around reception. They want people to really, you see how I'm getting zero? Like, it's like they want people to receive what they're saying, but they don't want people to hear me. They want people to see them as an empress. They don't want people to see me as myself. They don't want to be like, oh, Amina Allison. No, they want to see themselves as Amina Allison. And that's what I'm trying to say here. It's like they're like the title of the empress only is binded to me, my soul. It is my contract with the Most High God. I am the tree of life. you cannot be me. No one else can be me. Even if you think that the appeal, the cloud hunger, all of that is working, it is manifesting misery, absolute misery. And then they're sending all that misery to me, thinking that it's only surrounding me. The misery is the thing that's laughing. The misery is the thing that's causing the issues. The misery is the thing that's obstructing justice. That's where people come to say obstruction of justice. The only reason obstruction of justice is there is because that's the issue. That's the misery. It's in the sentence. In communication, obstruction of justice. Why is there obstruction of misery? Why in communication? Okay, so why is there misery in communication? Because there's no receptivity. Why is there no receptivity? Because there's no direction of the actual conversation. There's never any direction. If something has a directive, then its directive is going to be fulfilled whether or not you like it, whether or not your will calls for it, because there are self-existing and engineered real energies. See, Empress, there's real self-existing constancies that exist without your permission. They don't need your permission to exist. Whether or not you believe it, that's what that means. Whether or not you believe it, be in your disbelief, it doesn't need your permission. It's justice. Justice doesn't need your permission to apply itself. Karma doesn't need your awareness to belong. Like 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is here. The body of Christ is already here. He hath already given his body to everyone. So everyone got to plant a seed in my fucking garden. So when God is removing each tree, each useless fucking and coinciding, removing one branch off of the tree, and he decides, okay, that branch, that holy branch will go on the Empress's tree. When he decides that, he would have already decided that. It is not up to anybody when things occur. It is God's will. When he hath decided that that is when it is to occur, it would be. Period. It is his will. They cannot define anything. That is his power, rendership, for things to culminate within material reality the way that is for all eternity, for all existence. That is absolute certainty. Absolute certainty is something he can only control. Why? Because he is the master and creator of it. They cannot sit there in absolute certainty without his will. So me personally, when I'm there, Abby, is his will for me to be there. So when they decide they want to kill me, obstruct me, obstruction of justice, see why? Because misery. Why is there misery when there's God? Well, because they are discontent, these people. God is trying to mold them into beings to be content, of contentment, of contentedness, so that they may but they don't hear the value of the word content. They don't hear the value of the word content. They don't see the point of that word. They don't see ONTENT. Okay, they're not classified within that, but they get all these views and they get all this stuff, and they think about all these ways to try and scam and hurt people and harm people, creating a bad reputation, forcing there to be false symbolisms, false celebrities. And then it's all been written before. It's the thing is that they will straight up, that's why they sound so convincing. They sound so convincing because it's like they can't control themselves. It's like they're manifesting blameless crimes, but they're at fault for them. They're at fault for the same things that they've made themselves blameless for. They've manifested false blamelessness. Like, for example, they taunt the bull with the red cloak and blame the dye. You get me? So they're like, well, if the dye company didn't make red dyes, then there wouldn't be a red cloak, and we wouldn't be using the red cloak to, we wouldn't have known that the bulls are attracted to the red cloak, and we wouldn't have gotten the concept through the traditional symbol. Like, it's a lie. It's all a lie. That's the distraction. That's the plan. That's their plan. And they're trying to embellish it. Embellishing it is as a part, embellishment is a part of the process of rendership, which is God's power, you see? And they can't abuse that anymore. They can't abuse that anymore because they were abusing it. They were abusing rendership. Things weren't making sense. Everything was off balance. Things were, well, people were getting apparitions, glitches in the system. There was people talking about it's okay to be delusional. It's people talking about it's okay for you not to know where you're going in life. Empress energy. I'm saying there's people out there giving terrible advice, giving bad advice, showing less than mediocrity, showing less than moderate, showing less than normal, showing less than okay, acting like that this wasn't a free platform. Exactly, emperor energy. See, acting like there weren't emperors here, that there weren't people providing for free, as if that this wasn't how this platform was built, for free. And this is what I'm trying to say. Like, the audacity is the audacity is the audacity. It's like my cat right now, walking right up, like she sees me doing all of this. Like, she wouldn't do this to me normally if I'm like not on camera. I'm just sitting here, whatevering, right? She'll mind her own business 100%. But clearly there's a tension. Clearly there's a tension coming forth. There's a tension coming here. It's like an energetic pool, right? There's some people that are seeing this. Some people that are like, wow, there's something happening. There's some, you know what I mean? Something occurring, right? And the energy is drawn, and the animals feel it. The ones that are closest to the source of it will be most drawn to it. Obviously, angels and all of that are the reason as to why it's occurring, because that's the angle, the angels, that's them pulling, like, it's we define these symbolistic structures within life as a living reality in order for us to remain alive. It's a part of survival. It's in order. And so it will succeed inevitably. And so when people, like I said, on the extreme side of it all, on that false sense of entitlement over other people's success and inevitabilities, always want to seem like their plan is prophetic. They always want to make it seem like their plan is prophetic. I'm tired of it. They always want to make it seem like their plan is prophetic, like it's bound to be. But the only thing that's binding are the things that are in order, that are angels, angelic. They're of order. Three of buds, three of pentacles. That's the thing that's binding. All this shit doesn't matter. They don't matter. They don't matter. They want to make it seem like my words don't matter, and let's talk about it, and like, let's inspire her. And I know, bruh, like, I know they don't matter, because because obviously they're not light, their light bodies aren't activated, and so they're but flesh. They are but flesh. They're a dormant seed within the universe. They're see what I mean? Activation. Some people are unactivated, but they're receiving all of this They're being receptive. How are they being receptive? How are they being receptive? They've stolen this. How are they being receptive? How are they being receptive? Because the scale, they've sold, yeah. They tried to steal some sort of scale. A standard. They tried to make it seem like they were of some sort of caliber. Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, they're a tarot reader too. That she's not a tarot reader. She's not an oracle reader. She's not a prophetess. She's not a psychic. She's not an angel. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. It's okay for you to awaken your psychic ability utilizing your gift, but trying to pretend to be the CEO of a company that you never built is crazy. That's what I'm trying to say. The Empress is the one who manifested this tarot. The concept of tarot reading. The Empress is the one who manifested, who birthed it all. I am the one who birthed. I am the birth giver of it all. I am the birth giver of the creative conceptual truth of the idea in itself, the very self-existent seed, and the activation light of it all, and the activation sequence code of it all. I am the birth giver, the very code model of it all. I am the pillar of heaven and earth. I am. It's not about, oh, status quo and hitting standards. Success is inevitable in my name, even if the wheel of fortune is in reverse. You see? Because the wheel, I am the wheel. Like, I don't understand why y'all are not grasping this concept. Grasp it. Grasp it. You can never take control of me. Not in the way that you believe that is going to give you any kind of advantage. If you try and take control of me, honey, it's because I let you and it felt good. So don't you ever, Ten of Swords, don't you ever make it seem like God hadn't, haven't, or whatever word that you want to play with to make it seem like it was ever going to be equivalent. We can play with words too over here. All this shit of trying to, what'd you call it, manifest, what'd you call it, outside of permissibility, forbiddenness. Yeah, they wanted to manifest forbiddenness to prosecute taboo. I knew it. To prosecute the taboo, to prosecute the 8th house. They want, it's like the prosecution of the 8th house. Like, it's the same thing with people being mad at, angry, and at war. The concept of war, because it's a real thing, unlike your government. You know what I mean? It's like trying to prosecute the very concept of the underlying reason why as to you even thought to destroy it to begin with. Like, you're gonna try and what, you hate food because you have a food eating disorder. You see what I'm talking about? Like, so you hate war because you have anger issues. And you think that's solving the problem? The problem that war is bringing up? Y'all hate on me so fucking bad. Y'all hate on me so fucking bad. Y'all hate on me so bad. You're trying to destroy my people, my family members, systematically destroying the very essence of who I am, of who you are. We are each other's family members. That's why it got weird. That's why there has to be distance, so that things can be more organized, so there could be more space. And people are acting like the distance is the misery. The distance is the peace. The distance was the peace. The misery is contained within y'all. the ones that are but flesh. Because what light activation? Now they want to activate their kundalini, open their third eye, use their intuition, execute their discernment, listen to the emperor. They found the emperor in the Bible. Now they want to listen to the emperor of the world. But but all of these things are mimicries of actions that they had already observed somebody else do. They wanted to absorb it because they thought, oh, they choose to observe and not absorb. So if they choose to rebel and instead absorb, no, we told people that because we said, don't waste your time trying to absorb. There would be no point. You can't digest it. It's something that's unfathomable. The changes that are occurring are going to be so irreversible and so interchangeable and so integrated into the very human DNA code of existence that don't bother trying to fathom it. Don't bother trying to absorb it. It'll bounce right off. So just observe. And these lamos wanted to act like we were talking about it because what, jealousy or invasion or some type of we not telling them some mystery. We said it wasn't a fucking mystery. They were insecure. We knew that. And who is they? The same people who didn't want me to dye my hair, didn't want me to bathe myself, clothe myself, feed myself, take care of myself, didn't want me to speak, didn't want me to wanted me to act like they could be, wanted to act like they were the moderation of my lifestyle. They wanted to act like they were a moderation of my lifestyle because they became a moderator of a platform. See, they were a moderator of a platform, and the same thing occurred. So what is this about? Why is it that I blocked my moderator? I felt like my moderator wasn't going to truly understand me. No. I blocked my moderator because someone started stalking me, haunting me online, started using my stuff. So I stopped making content because I wanted to see what they would do, what would happen after I stopped making content. They continued to stalk me, try and get closer and closer and closer to me, making it difficult for me to have any friendships, any individuals to get close with. So I started turning into tarot. I said, okay, well, let's use my navigation tools. Let's use my navigation tools and navigate through the perspective of the situation. Wish fulfillment in reverse. They didn't get it. They didn't get what she was promising. All them people that she was trying to siphon money out of. They look, all them people, see, Page of Bongs in reverse with the 10 of Pentacles. Look at them. But they bet their life on it already. So now all their 10 of Pentacles is coming towards me in heaven. As in they're all ascending. By fire, by force. By death or emolument. By death or emolument. Either they're going to have to work for it, what they owe the divine, what they owe heaven, or they die. You know why? Because if they work for money, they'll lose all their resources. They're not paying off what they owe, spiritual debt that they owe. The money will run dry, their resources will run dry, their health will run dry, and they will die. And they won't have any kind of spiritual backing to protect them from the death. Nor will it protect them from the afterlife. They wouldn't have any spiritual protection. And that's what, and she's part of the individuals eating up the funds that's leading up to the spiritual death that they wouldn't be able to protect themselves from the afterlife. Why would I hate on her? She's just doing her job. There's a light pillar and a dark pillar. That's why she said, oh, she's a tarot reader. There's multiple individuals that are not actually readers. Like I said, everyone's okay to develop their gifts. There's a light pillar and a dark pillar. But that doesn't mean that moderation is for everyone. See? Ace of Joints. Anyways, moving forward. Every time I get this energy, there's an energy of like, oh, you don't get any views. Why don't you get any views? Okay, let's ask the question. Holy Spirit, Heavenly Father, why is it that I don't get any views? Queen of Pipes. So lady, asking mistress, lady mistress. They're using the type, so divine is using the title lady mistress, addressing me. So when it comes to my online platform, I do get a lot of attention, but I get a lot of attention from very important individuals in a lot of like hidden places and dimensions and spaces. Yeah, Ace of Bongs. I'm very content. But this is a part of my destiny, is a part of my chart. Man, I'm loving my hair. Yeah, Four of Swords, restful. There's a lot of rest here. A lot, yeah, so I'm in a hiatus right now. I'm still getting out of a hiatus, well, an upcoming project. So this is the energy of a project. What is this? So why is that the energy of my project? No wonder. No wonder. Y'all, no fucking wonder. I was wondering about the Ace of Joints energy. What's this Ace of Joints energy? Yeah, because it's like they wanted to replace my projects with their phalluses. But Obsidian Truth came true. If you know, you know. Because I just don't know another name for it. So Obsidian Truth came true. Yeah, exactly. Ace of Pipes. It's an Ace of Pipes, not an Ace of Joints. King of Bongs. Yeah. That's what I thought. Queen of Joints. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was supposed to be an Ace of Pipes, Queen of Pipes, right? Yeah, exactly. The Queen of Joints came through with the Ace of Joints. Exactly. It's somebody else's type of energy. It's like infidelity baiting. Infidelity baiting. Yeah, that still hasn't gone anywhere. Yep, Knight of Buds. So that's another thing. So it's like people trying to project on me that I would be. They're basically, this is, it's infidelity, bruh. But they don't want people to see fidelity. They want people to be okay, so abolition of infidelity. Exactly. Abolition of infidelity requires rest. So this is like sleep deprivation. So these people wanted to make it seem like as if I was sleep deprived. Yeah. In order to block fidelity. That's what I'm trying to say. And they were trying to make it seem like it was supposed to be tempting for us. That's crazy. That's another weird ass vulnerability. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's the energy of comfort. They wanted to demonize comfort. So you know when you're sitting on the couch with your loved one, they didn't want you to feel that energy. They wanted you to be like, oh, don't get comfortable. Don't get comfortable. He's cheating on you. He's cheating on you. They're sleeping with each other. Like that all the time. Like all the time. And then at some point, y'all, you know why I'm the Empress, Wheel of Fortune upright? You know why I'm the Empress? I'm gonna tell you why, okay? I'm gonna tell you one example of why. Because I really sat there while a motherfucker would be cheating on me just so that I would catch somebody else up. I wouldn't be worried about the motherfucker cheating. I'm like, no, 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 do you type shit in secret. The guy, I'm like, wow, I'm really getting away with all this. I'm really, really fucking hurting her feelings, and they start feeling remorseful. You know what I mean? That's the blameless crime. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But the reason why they're trying to manifest blameless crimes is a whole different party. It's a whole different individual. The whole different individual is trying to create that info in order to create a hateful context for that person and the other people around them. Like, it's like actual fucking spiritual warfare. Like, this shit is so fucking irritating. So I'll be in a whole relationship while the nigga I'm with, because that's a nigga. Because then the nigga I'm with, right, starts cheating on me or whatever, right? I'm just watching. I'm like, so that's the homegirl that, okay, that thinks that, okay, and that's the one that's doing the witchcraft, okay, and then that's the whole thing situation. And then as soon as I've rounded all of them up, obviously they'll come and try and find me, right? Okay, I'm like, okay, we're breaking up, we're no longer doing this, we're no longer in a relationship, thank you for your service type shit, I'm out, I'm good to go, stuff like that. They want to turn it around on me, like, oh, how the tables have turned, she was using you, she was using me, and that's how they start telling on themselves. That's them being infidelity. That's the infidelity. That's the infidelity. The whole time, who was I loyal to? In the God? Ta. This whole time, every time this I say, every time you think I'm giving you permission, trust me, trust and believe. When I say you're lucky, trust me and believe me when I tell you you really are. Because me, I know for a fact that I am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of pipes. Yeah, now it's making sense. Now it's making sense. You know what's crazy? People will always tell me that my voice is too quiet. Oh, why are you you're so soft-spoken. You're so quiet, you're so soft-spoken. And then it be bitches that be hating me like, you're so loud, shut the fuck up, you talk too much, all you ever do is talk. And motherfuckers that hate, that be like, oh, you're always too loud, too rowdy, always at the wrong time. I'm like, do you ever not complain, or do you just find new, or do you try to justify finding new targets for you to complain all the fucking time? Like, why do you think I don't say this shit to their face anymore? Because this is why I get punched. So I gotta record it. Because then, but then now I'm not allowed to record it. I'm not allowed to say anything. I'm not allowed to correct anything. I'm not allowed to be a citizen. I'm not allowed to be in order. I'm not allowed to do things right. But it's called paranoia. It's called paranoia, right? It's a mindset. It's just a mindset. I'm just paranoid. This isn't happening. This isn't real. I'm not recording any of this. I'm delusional. Haven't we been through this before? One, two, three, four, five, six of pipes. Yeah, Emperor in reverse. That's what I thought. They wanted to be like, oh, when you link up. Let me tell you what happens when Emperor in reverse energy comes out. Some sort of weird opening inside the vagina cavity opens up. It's really strange. It's like the vagina muscles open up and there's some sort of pressure that it builds up inside the it's weird. Men don't research the vagina, so they wouldn't know that this is what the witches be calling fucking the devil type shit. This is what happens when Emperor in reverse energies, but it's a rape. It's rape. Queen of Buds energy. They don't research. This is a real thing that happens. You know why? I think my theory, quantum theory, is that there is some sort of, because I saw this happen firsthand with the Page of Joints energy. This is when someone looks into somebody's like fortune. It's like they're looking into someone's seed of life, right? And so because they're trying to find the fortune, you see what I'm talking about? Like they're trying to, because they would sacrifice children. These people would sacrifice children, they would sacrifice people, they would sacrifice anyone for that money. They would sacrifice your children for that money. So what happens is that they look, and I'm sure you, hey, I said I'm the one, I'm the manifester, I'm the maker of this. So hey, it is what it is. Hey, they always want to, they also call the cell phone magic. Thank you. Anyways, there's a specific kind of magic this works in. Okay, this is how we stay single. This is how we used to stay single back in the day. So with the page of joints energy, is also, there's very deep spiritual concepts that have to do with this. Okay, it's tantric forces and everything. Okay, not everybody's meant to understand this. And like there's also virgin purity and like staying authentic, like, and not everybody is meant for it. But what I'm saying is that they're like inciting lust in people to do this shit, and it's not okay. It's coming up in reverse. It's not okay. All right, I don't fuck with lust entities, all of them. Okay, listen, when I told people I'm a morning star, people did not understand what I mean. Okay, Lucifer Morningstar did not fuck with demons. Okay, he did not fuck with demons. It was the treacherous nature of like, yes, it was the treacherous nature of human, like, archetypal humanity, fucking love for the nature of the earth, okay, which is the mother. And I love my mother. And that's what I'm trying to say is like, I'm not Lucifer, okay? So I don't value the Luciferian kind of context of it all. No, but my religious truths must be trusted upon as well. They are very successful and always been very successful, okay, and been a benefactor for many lifetimes. And this is what I'm trying to say here, is that these people are not the benefactors of these kinds of conceptual truths. So what they do is they literally administer rape, false rape, so that then they can go around and make false rape accusations, which cause issues. This is where these people are getting the energy to cause false rape accusations, which are catching false people. Basically, it's like, which is falsely catching false individuals. Basically, it's like saying that a man or a woman is going to rape, planning on raping, or had raped anyone before. And it's to cover up actual fucking rape. And this is why them Diddy's and fucking Epstein's and all these motherfuckers won't. That's why. Because this type of situation happens. It's happening constantly. It's happening constantly. These people want to be like, oh, put the empress with the emperor in reverse. Let her be raped so that we can all be raped. Like, that's the energy. I'm not lying. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Is literally the energy. Page of bongs in reverse. Like, that's like they wanna drag people down. Yes, thank you, spirit guides, ancestors. The divine is stepping in to look at the perspective of this temperance in reverse. Like, because I'm trying to tell you, with some sort of weird sensation, there's real spiritual concepts, spiritual truths. There's real fun that you can have, galactic fun. You can have, there's so many things that I haven't tapped in to talk to you guys about. But I can't have a conversation about these high value, high occultic, high wisdom, spiritual stuff when all these people are trying to get close with innocent people who are going to learn these things eventually anyways. It's like, for example, like it's like they're mad at me for doing my job. Like, I'm like, yeah, I work for heaven. You're not getting into heaven. The answer is no. They're like, how dare you? You don't work for heaven. I'm like, just because you didn't get into heaven doesn't mean all of a sudden I'm not working for heaven. I work for God. I really do work for God. I really am the pillar of heaven and earth. You really cannot destroy me. Like, really, this is really ridiculous. The strength in reverse, yeah, like they want to make it seem like as if that there isn't some sort of strength within a situation because they don't have strength. They don't know what strength looks like. They don't know what it is. That's the thing. They're asking for an ass whooping. They're asking for a beating because they don't know what it looks like. They don't know what it feels like. They don't know how it looks. They don't know what it means. They don't understand. Like they've never been burnt by the fire before, and that's the only way that they see that they learn, because that's what they've agreed to conceptually. They agree that motherfuckers need to get their ass beat in order to learn. So these are the same motherfuckers that agree to beat people ass to get their ass beat, that are gonna get their ass beat to learn. The fuck? They wanted to go around and punch people. They wanted to go around and be ghetto, rude. They wanted to act like I was the one that was, they wanted to act like, nah, honey, I'm not ghetto. I'm the ravine, bitch. Ugh. That's really what it is. They wanted me to be a, yeah. Let me make sure. Exactly. 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 I'm not fucking ghetto. I'm a fucking ravine, bitch. I'm not a pharaoh, bitch ass. That's the thing about it. These people don't understand. Knight of Joints, the Emperor. Exactly. The Emperor is about action. The Emperor is about action, is activation. I'm activating. They wanted to act like some money was going to come to them. Thank Jesus. Thank the Lord. Because I was really I was really expecting it. I was really expecting to get raped again. Like I was so like that's probably why I'm up. Because my desires are true of righteousness, and these individuals attempt to demonize it because these are concepts they would like for example, of course it would take $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 for me to get through where it is that I am right now, or $10,000. Of course, that's why I'm making the fucking $10,000. These motherfuckers will see me about to make $10,000 and think it's for them. I'm like, no, it's actually for the people that are going to take action. Like, it's for people that are actually going to take action. Like, if you think that I'm going to pay this bill for $10,000, I'm actually going to pay my lawyer $10,000 to make sure. Like, you thought that I was going to, that's what I'm trying to say, and that's why they want to kill me. Like, these people don't understand. Like, the problem isn't the money to be made. It was always them trying to defend themselves from getting fucked. Because that's exactly what the fuck they asked for. There's no, like, don't you understand that clarity need no humor? The humor is found in clarity. Comedic timing, funniness, amusement, that's all enjoyment. Good timing in order. Rhyme, rhythm, sense, or should I say discernment. That's all one. That's all third eye energy. Yeah. So that's the three of joints. Yeah. Okay, that's what I feel now. Three of joints. Yeah. The sun. I knew it. Period. Yeah. They wanted to be abusive. They wanted to be abusive. They wanted to hide abuse. Now they can't hide abuse. Now they got to run away from it. Yeah. Now they realize that it wasn't for them. They weren't the ones that were supposed to be in a relationship anyways. Yeah. These motherfuckers know exactly what the fuck they try to do. It's like, for example, guys will come around and say like they're emotionally unstable. So why is it that you entered a relationship with someone just to leave them behind and enter a new relationship? Why? because the person you entered a relationship with was emotionally ready for emotionally stable, and you tried to make them emotionally unstable so that you could act as if that you were emotionally stable for a new relationship, and as if that you learned some sort of lesson from someone who was emotionally unstable. That's not how you learn a lesson. You don't learn lessons from people who are emotionally unstable when you are yourself emotionally unstable, trying to act as if that you are emotionally unavailable. No, you are very emotionally available, but just extremely unstable. You know what that is called? Vulnerable. Emotional vulnerability. And that's exactly why I get called into these scenarios and situations with men, because I'm emotionally stable and they're extremely emotionally vulnerable. And I be crying my ass off when I be near them. Or maybe that's just me relaxing. I don't know. Knight of Pipes, Temperance. There's the Seven of Pipes with the Knight of Buds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they thought that they could take up. They thought that they could. You see, when I plant a seed, it's from my tree. So when my tree starts, flowering and stuff like that, like people think that they're going to come in, like the golden goose. They thought that they were going to steal the golden goose or the golden egg. Turns out that they're like 4'3", and the golden goose and the golden egg is like 500 meters, 500 feet high. Is actually like bigger than them. Like it's bigger than their world. Like it's bigger than their planet. Like that's what they don't anticipate. They don't expect the gift that God is bestowing upon his children for it to be bigger than they can withhold. They don't expect it to be bigger than they can withhold. They think it's going to be just in their budget. They think it's pocket change. Yeah, that's the Emperor, three of pipes, three of joints. Yeah. They thought it was pocket change. Three of pipes. Is it three of pipes, three of joints, three of buds, three of wands? What the fuck is it? This shit pisses me off. Because I'm like, what the fuck is it? Three of joints. Yeah. So that's dedication. So like dedication, decadence is the word I was looking for. Yeah, deterioration, condition, decay, to fall. Fall. Process of falling away from a better or more vital state. See? State of decline, decadence, decay. See? They're decaying. Yeah. And they wanted to, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now it makes sense. Didn't I say? I literally said that okay, you guys, I was mentioning how like Herald of War energy. So I'm like the Herald of War. So the Herald of the Plague is like, isn't it before or after? So plague is the first one, so it's almost over. So it's conquest. So its conquest represents the pestilence or the Antichrist. Exactly. Period. And then war, conflict, strife, and civil war. See? Civil war. This is what I was trying to say. People wanted to act like as if I was just making shit up. That's what I was trying to explain. Red horse. Hiya. That's me. Famine is next. And then it'll be death. Famine is next. The decay is beginning now. So the effects of the conquest will have to do with what's left, with what's preserved. And I just talked about it. I just talked about it with God. Like literally, he laughed. Was it God that laughed? I don't remember. It was something that was vocalizing God's energy at the time. And it literally said, God literally laughs and said, maybe it was like an apostrophe or something. Like, it was like, you think you can preserve something? It's like that energy. It's like you think you can preserve something. It wasn't just about memory. It wasn't just about access. It wasn't just about like cadence. See? Cadence. Decadence. Like my cat. Sorry, I'm like spacing out. Well, that's where decay comes from. It's from mimicking cadence. Yeah. Flow, rhythm, prose, or verse. You see? I couldn't make it up. They wanted to steal my flow. Hey. Cadence. That's literally it. They wanted to steal my fall. Hold on, y'all. I'm researching. I don't know what I'm looking at. Oh. I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know what that was about. Was that the distraction? Was that the drama? I think that was the distraction, the drama. Yeah, sorry about that, you guys. That was such drama. Honestly, that was so weird. I think that that's like media drama, media-based drama. Yeah, media-based drama, journalism drama. Yeah, king of fucking joints in reverse figures. Yeah, it's the rapist energy. So they wanted to like, it's like a false nerd, false ass nerd. Yeah, false ass nerd. That's it. Yeah, unhappy, miserable. Like, there it is. Queen of Bongs. There it is. It's like someone who like projects, yeah, boredom on the Queen of Cups energy. So someone who's really fun, like literally, honestly, Three of Joints. Yeah, like, yeah, misdirecting like towards boredom. It's like, for example, like it's like, for, oh my gosh, I can't make this shit up. It's like being in a festival and then everybody is like being pointed towards like the forest party, and then like the fairy comes and she's like, oh my gosh, where's the forest party? Like, I heard there was a forest party. And like some weird bitch just goes like, there's no forest party, bitch, go home. Like, okay, shit. Like, I'm just gonna go around where you're standing exactly in that perimeter so that I can go home in my forest where you guys are having a party. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Like, you guys don't understand how fucking irritating this shit is. Like, then later, like, the organizer of the party comes, I'm sorry, guys, the fairy didn't make it. And the bitch is like, aw, you guys, why don't we just go to my place? Yup. Yup. They don't want to agree that that's them. They don't want to act like it's them. They don't want to act like that's what they paid for the tickets for. That's why. That's why they put their shit out for free at first. And then you guys come check out my fucking other shit. Trial and error. It's a false ass trial that people didn't have permission for. They didn't sign up for that. They didn't say, hey, you guys, this is going to be an advertising for my channel over on this other side. So be aware. This is for advertising purposes. No, they said this is for entertainment purposes. Is it for entertainment? No, it's for advertising purposes, isn't it? So you're watching a fucking ad for 2 hours just to watch 5 ads in between, and YouTube is okay with this? Stealing with this theft? YouTube is okay with that theft? Okay, we'll see how it goes from the inside. We'll see how it goes from the inside then. Because all that drama, that is cause and effect. Yeah, Ace of Bongs. There it is with the 3 of Pentacles. Exactly. Prolificism. They wanted to act like prolificism didn't belong in public. As if prolificism, it doesn't belong publicized. So we were forced to sit with ugliness. Can you imagine? Yeah. And these are individuals who false advertise, act as if it's like for entertainment. Yeah. It's like people doing TikTok dances, but really it's so that they can make money. I mean, that's why people do TikTok dances. To make money, right? People don't do TikTok dances to dance. I'm just saying, if you're gonna be doing a dance monkey dance. That's all I'm saying. Dance monkey dance. Just keep swimming. Make sure to keep trying to entertain the crowd. Just know the Empress is very picky. That's all I'm trying to say. Emperor. See? Victory. So it's just like they don't have any standards. You see? They don't have any standards. Judgment in reverse. Exactly. They project low standards. That's what it is. They project low standards so that it would be like it's like a whole bunch of people, like they want to cage people to one dirty lake so that everybody is pissing, shitting, cleaning and doing everything in that lake, right? And so people are like, dang, like if only we had clean water, if only we had clean water. So the false ass chief of that false ass tribe, of that false ass lake, right, decides to what'd you call it, say, well, you guys just have to be more fucking innovative. You guys just have to be more innovative. You guys have to do more. In fact, we'll sacrifice people. If you aren't innovative, we'll have to sacrifice people so that we don't dirty up the water more. So then the people are becoming more and more innovative. What if we do this with the land? Let's do that with the land. Let's do this with the water. Let's do that with the water. What if we do this with the trees and do this? What if we'll take up with our limbs and do this and do that? It's not making the water any less dirty. Okay? In fact, now there's less water. And it's dirtier. And that's the issue. Judgment is reversed. They're forcing people into a low standard and then forcing people to commit to the availability of what's within that standard. And that's how they're stealing talent, effort, wisdom, power, engagement. Like that's how they're doing it. And that's why we defeat principality. We destroy it because they know what they're doing. It has a name, meaning that it has an order, meaning that there's a purpose. And dark energies are purposeless. So it only has purpose whenever God gives it purpose, meaning that it only is there whenever it's there to do its job. Period. The sword only activates when someone touches it, when someone grabs it, that's it. The gun is only triggered whenever someone shoots. Whenever someone shoots, it takes action. And so that's it. These people act like whatever is manifested for them to be taking it. Like, it's not for them. Like, whatever, it's like a cult. You can literally see it. You can literally see it's like a cult. They're all sitting there trying to cover their own asses, trying to hide the fact that they're looking to take upon the power of recruitment. They're trying to abuse the power of recruitment. And let's really tap into recruitment. Isn't it recreational? Isn't recruitment recreational? Which has to do with entertainment, not advertising. Yeah, exactly. To strengthen, reinforce, repair, fresh supplies. See? Reinforce, strengthen, levy. A levy, you see? That's where I was trying to talk about leverage. They were literally utilizing. Now all this shit is breaking down. It's in the background. It's all breaking down. These people are not gifted, and they won't stop because they're not gifted. Yeah, you see. So they were trying to force there to be false sense of the falseness, the false communication, false direction. They were trying to manifest a false gate. Yeah, false portal. That's what it was. They were trying to manifest a false portal. They wanted to appear as myself. They thought that they would appear as myself in front of me. They thought that they were going to project my whole star power in front of me, and I was going to believe it. So now I know. Thank you, God, Holy Spirit, Heavenly Father. Now I know all this shit is fake as hell. Oh, now I know it's fake as fuck. I was ready for it. I was prepared. I'm so ready. I'm so fucking ready. I knew it was fake as hell. Like, it's fake as hell. All that magic shit is fake as hell. Like, that's not their magic anyways. Yeah, the world. The only reason I knew what it is that they were trying to do is because I made it happen for myself. I made it happen to me. I traumatized myself there for a second. I scared myself. I spooked myself there for a second. Why? King of Pipes, King of Bongs energy. Look, just because I'm emotionally stable enough to identify that these people have no sort of fucking power to do what the fuck it is. Like, I know what I look like. I know who I am. I know what I sound like. I know what I do. I know what I feel like too. Trust and believe that. The strength in reverse, yeah, these people don't know what they feel like. That's what it is. They don't know what they feel like. They don't know what they feel like to other people. They don't know how people get shivers when they walk by, like how they make people's energy crawl up their spine, how they make people's fucking butts clench. You know what I mean? They don't know how they make people feel. They don't know how they make people's stomach thunder and fear, like how they make people shake in nervousness. Like, none of that is good. That's not like symptoms of illnesses and sicknesses. That's why they go around trying to make it seem like everybody is sick. No one is sick. They're sick of your ass. Trying to make it seem as if they're sick of me, trying to project that shit on me. That's why you feel that way. Yeah, distorted look on the phone. Yeah. The people who know what I know, who know what's going on, it's like awareness. Yeah, justice in reverse. It's like, that's the distraction. Thank God. That's the distraction. Distraction. Yeah. So they wanted to like affect attraction, you see? They wanted to demonize everything that is attractive and act like it was distracting instead. Yeah, exactly. They were trying to demonize all aspects of attraction in order to act as a form of, they wanted to groom characterisms into people. Exactly. They wanted to groom characterisms into people instead of program, because they don't know how to program or engineer. It would, yeah. So they wanted to manifest blameless crimes by acting as if that they didn't know that they were grooming. You see, they wanted to act like they didn't know that they were grooming. But then they were talking about how they went through experiences of grooming too. And they act like they're there for people who've been groomed before, but they wanted to make it seem like they didn't know that they were grooming people. This is what I'm trying to say. This is why being healed is so powerful, because I know what it's like to be groomed, so I don't groom other people. That is a choice. And these people didn't make that choice, not because it wasn't presented to them. It's presented to them. It's because they refused. They rejected it. With the King of Joints energy, King of Wands energy there. Every time Jesus comes out, what do you think he's talking about? Yeah, King of Joints. He's always talking about rejection, breakdown, crash out. Yeah. All this, it's what is it called again? Yeah, blindness, forgetfulness, blockages. Like, a lot of it is like barriers. It's protection. They get stun blocked by protection, and they want to mimic how they feel. They want to mimic, like, they want to mimic it. They want to make of it some humor. They want to humor themselves. They want to amuse themselves through forcing other people to feel, to enact their, to alchemize their expressions. Yeah. There it is. Hierophant, Four of Wands, the Empress, Magician, Theft of, yeah. And there's the Standard, is the stability, the order, the stability, yep. The gravity, attraction, yep, attraction. The gravity. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God. The pressure. They wanted to affect pressure. You see what I'm saying? Like, these people don't understand these words. Pressure, gravity, levitation. Like, they wanted to affect levitation. Like, how elevated, elevation. Yeah, the elevation. They wanted to affect the Empress's elevation. They wanted to affect my elevation. Who is they? The individuals unaware of my circumstances as an Empress. Yeah, those are the ones that they manifested blindness for themselves by causing inaccuracy through grooming for blameless crimes. They were recruiting individuals in order to literally use them as goons for blameless crimes done against. Like, this shit is crazy. Three of Joints. Sorry, this card is messed up, but it still works. It's my cat who did that. Chariot in reverse. Yeah, there's the Death. It's like, because there's no reception. Like, there's no reception. There's no mental receptivity. There's no mental reception. Like, they're not putting two and two together. They're not, it's so strange. It's like there isn't any reception, not because I'm not making any sense, but because people aren't putting things together. They're not discerning. It's weird. It's like whenever I speak, people aren't hearing me for what I'm saying. They're hearing me for what they want to hear. Does that make sense? That's not natural. That's not something that they can be blamed for either, which is a problem. Because that means that they're doing things and causing issues, unaware of how to fix it, and then also not fixing it. Like, when you can be blamed for something is so that you can fix it. Blamelessness is when it's something that can't be fixed. It's an irreversible effect. God said there's something that is irreversible. His impression upon his children is irreversible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they want this. They want me to be wounded so bad. They sent me some bullshit and want me to be wounded so bad. That's on them. They got disconnected. They got cut off. They wanted to act like they got their crown removed. They never had a crown. Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. Yeah, restlessness. There. They're trying to make it seem like as if that people would be so happy if that they were so lazy, and people would be so happy if they were unproductive, and so that's why they're remaining unproductive. That's the thing, that's the problem. Their words aren't matching their actions. And then the people who are actually working on activating, working on pushing themselves, like, we're receiving executive dysfunction. Like, people's brains are shutting down because people won't leave them alone. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. And they're trying to act like as if that's not happening. I'm trying, like, this is like it's bad. It's bad. It's terrible. And it's like, the reason why it's bad and terrible is because this is why there is war. There's a decadence occurring. Yeah, and it's causing people misery because they're decaying from the inside. So yeah, their light is decaying. I knew it because it doesn't dim. Their light is decaying. That's what it is. They've like they lost their chance at immortality. It's like they're resentful towards those that are see star in reverse, by the way. Three of pentacles in reverse, meaning no communication, dying, dead star. They're decaying, and they're resentful and holding up grudges and holding out this. It's like a ball of sin, because it is the byproduct of humanity. Like, what do you think you leave behind when you die? A dead body. You got to take responsibility for that. And if you don't take responsibility for that, you're going to have to pay up. There are laws. You think you get to prance around the world with your human flesh, star power and all, abuse your authority all willy-nilly and not pay for the thing you're using? Queen of Joints in reverse. That's what I thought. These people act like they have ownership over the thing that they have no fucking ownership over. They have no fucking... That's why God give them... Why do you think there's property value? Why do you think people had to fight the corruption of human trafficking? Because people wanted to hide the fact that they understood the value of a human body for themselves. That's why that they started doing human trafficking and slavery and all this jazz. Because back then, free labor didn't have to be free labor. It was just called labor. People got paid because that's natural. That's compensation. The word has meaning. Each word has meaning. Each purpose has meaning. And these people literally, like, they act like these are shared resources, shared access, joint accounts, when they're not. And even in tarot, it shows that these are like the Empress's resources. My resources are not for them. Like, I don't have to share my resources. Look at them. They were trying to attack my cat too. They have a problem with children. Not attack my cat. But they have a problem with children, kids, like kitty things, junior things, Aries energy. They like, it's so strange. It's because it's like a byproduct. It's like but it's a spiritual byproduct. It's bad karma. And all that karma is like not for the Empress. It's crazy. They don't understand. Like, the Empress is in the position to birth, to provide, be a beneficiary, and give. I am giving, providing, being a beneficiary. I don't get paid in this physical realm and with worldly shit the way that because they won't pay me. They won't even pay me spiritually. Like, what are you talking about? These people act like they're not hypocritical. Like, they won't even pay me spiritually. People act like, oh, well, if you're the Empress, why aren't you? I am rich. Thank you very much. It's in heaven. That's the thing about these people. They're like, oh, well, if it's in heaven, then you don't have the resources. How would you be giving advice? What do you mean? I'm fully degreed up and everything. Everything. Is the problem is I won't get paid. Why would I wouldn't get paid? Like, that's been the problem with our generation, is no matter how advanced of wisdom and technology and all this shit is, that motherfuckers won't pay us. They're always looking for a way to scam, skim, and in a spiritual sense as well. And these people think that that's what's the unfinished business, or unfinished cycle, or something never-ending loop. No, that's the hell that they live in. They feel like that they gotta go through the misery that they're in, because that's the only way that they figure alchemy works. That's not even alchemy. That's not even alchemy. They feel like stewing and not walking away, being in Sodom and Gomorrah, staying in Sodom and Gomorrah, they thought was okay. And so in Sodom and Gomorrah, they stayed, burned up and all, thought it was the best thing for them. Those are the same people that reincarnated. In some of them reincarnated. Me, I'm one of those individuals who accidentally look back. I'm the Empress, but me, I had to learn a lesson. Like I said, everybody has a different walk in life. It doesn't mean that anything. God is giving people all these roles and so that you wouldn't go crazy. So you can understand God created the Bible so that you wouldn't, so you could ground your mental mindset, your programming. So you could initialize your code, your mental code sequence. It's a UI. Our brains are master processors. So we process the very fabric of the universe through our consciousness. This is quantum science. And these people literally are too stupid. And who are they? And who are they? These people, who are they? The stupid individuals, the stupid people. And if you feel like that's you and the shoe fits, I don't know what to tell you. But you shouldn't be stealing anyways. People shouldn't be stealing, lying, cheating, breaking the commandments, all that jazz. Like, it should have been obvious. Like, manifesting, yeah, these people only wanted to they wanted to summon, they wanted to act like they could summon, like they had the power to summon. You know who has the power to summon? The judge. The judge is the one that calls for a summons. You see? The judge calls for a summons. You know what it takes to be in the title of a judge? Do you know what it takes to be in the title of a judge? To be empowered as a judge? It takes that much degree to be in the position of a judge. God doesn't present people with the title of judge and doesn't ruin their life, okay, for not no reason, okay? When God created the word judge, he knew that there would be human beings that would take upon that title. That's why he created the pathway for them to do so. Why the fuck would you think that people wouldn't have that kind of position? So if he has that position for a fucking reason, then that's exactly why the fuck he has that position. These people wanted to act like they could summon. And you see why the fuck they're not the good judge of character? And why they're not the earth angel? Why they're not the prophet or whatever? That's why I'm the empress. Period. Yeah, fuck these people. Five of Swords with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, their flesh is going to be gone soon. That's why I keep saying it. They are but flesh. They are but flesh. They are but flesh. Jesus, they are but flesh. They are but flesh. All of us, all the earth angels, they are but flesh. They are but flesh, just holding hands. Because as soon as their body dies, as soon as they decompose, honey, it'll be a playing field for us. It'll be the day. The day, the eternity. Fuck the day. It'll be the eternity. Like, that's why we're chanting. These people think we're chanting because we're summoning. They think our prayers are summons or conjurings. Or they think that they think we're just like you. You're just like me. They think we're just like them. They think we're just like them. We dress just like them. Eat just like them. Walk just like them. Like we're copying them. And we are the originals. Can you imagine? Isn't that how it always goes with these fucking NPCs and these clones? False clone spirits. False clone spirit. There's only one spirit, Holy Spirit. False clone spirits. Simple as that. There's only one spirit, the Holy Spirit. Amen. And that nine say Antichrist as energy. That's the energy. Antichrist as energy. They don't believe in the power of Christ being one. They don't believe in the uniformity of God being order. One. They don't believe. They don't believe in it. See, burdens in reverse. Yeah. Battles for sustenance. Battles for famine. Isn't that famine? Yeah. Famine is next. Yeah, famine is next. Famine is next. Because now their bodies are decomposing along with their food and their resources. Only like they think that the reason why they're getting sick is because their resources are unstable or something like that. Yeah, see, Five of Pentacles, Ace of Bongs. They're gonna think that, so this is what they're gonna think. They're gonna think, so they're thinking already that their resources are unstable, so they're unable to sustain themselves due to their unstable resources. But in reality, there's no sustainability within the resources that they've found applicable and available to them. Yeah, there's no sustainability. The sustainability can't be harvested because it wasn't planted. It was like, it was unstable foundation. Exactly. I knew it. Knight of bongs. Three of joints. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eight of pentacles, or eight of buds with the queen of joints, and then the empress in reverse. Yeah. Look at the ethics. That's what it is. The ethics hadn't been put into work into. Exactly. There was no ethics. There was no work in ethics. So because there was no work in ethics, there was no strong foundation for it. So that was it. Now there's no sustainability because there was no work in ethics. King of bongs with the king of pipes. Exactly. It was unethical. Yeah. And it was seen as that. They were seen as rude. Like and seen as rude and unethical. Whereas they wanted to make it seem like because I'm unconventional that I had been unethical. No, I was never unethical. Maybe unconventional, but never unethical. Yeah, exactly. Strength. And they didn't see that as a strength. That's why they wanted to make it seem like they didn't need ethics. Yeah. They tried to make it seem like ethics was something that they could optionalize. You know what I'm talking about? Optionalize. Like objectify as an option. Yeah. They wanted to subject it to as an option. Yeah, optionalize. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of joints with the queen of buds. Yeah. And there's the harvest. So there's harvest. So this is what I'm talking about. It's like they wanted to make it, they wanted to cause an attack. See, the devil, they wanted to cause an attack, which is like a feedback loop. They wanted me to get caught. Yeah, they wanted me to get caught in a feedback loop, or they attempted to, I don't know what that's called, conjure a feedback loop sequence. They wanted to siphon some sort of information through a feedback loop. Yeah. Exactly. There it is. King of joints in reverse with the 2 of cups in reverse. Yeah. They wanted to siphon soul power. So like life force and soul power. Like these are very specific things that, like, for example, it's not like just your ability. It's the spark you feel that allows you to contribute your own personal mindfulness onto the sustainable approach to an action that you already are able to accomplish. It's finding the right path sequences. That's all. That's all it is. And that's what I needed a lot of help in, is my neurological pathway sequences. And these people, they are quite literally the symbolistic example of these false neurological pathways, like sequences, like they are misdirections, like neurological mental misdirections of purpose, of ill purpose. Ill purpose being reaction to false sense of rejection. And now false sense of rejection is like abandonment. Yeah, and there it is. And they have abandonment wounds. And because they have abandonment wounds, they're looking for something like a reputation. They're not looking for a reputation. They're looking for something like a reputation, but it's causing there to be a feeling of banishment. That's the issue. And then causing there to be banishment causes more abandonment issues because there's a false banishment. Yeah, exactly. 3 of Swords in reverse with the 2 of Pentacles. See, that makes no... See? It's deprioritization. And that breeds deprioritization. That means that deprioritization is freely available for people, even blameless, weak, innocent, strong, for anyone to abuse, use like a whore, like a standing whore. Like that's what it is. And then the person who finds out that a lot of people are using that principality, they are the ones that become the biggest whore of that paradigm because they see that's why it's a trap, bruh. Ugh. That's why we don't fight against flesh and blood. We fight against principalities and whatnots because it's so annoying when someone you love, someone you care about sees that something could benefit them that's abusive, that's negative. And so they take upon the construct of that energy and they become the abuser. They become the devil, the energy, the thing that it is that that wants it to be embodied in order to be possessed and be possessive and then you end up with nothing. You end up with nothing when you lose a person like that. There's no winning in a situation like that. You end up with nothing. And the King of Buds energy is like emolument. That's why I said it's death or emolument. Emolumentation. Emolumenting yourself means that you're protecting yourself on a bigger level, on a grander scale. Let me check this out real quick. And a perfect emolument or a progressive emolument requires community. Yeah. So what's my community? It's with God. I gave my community to God a long, long time ago. Yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah, my community, please, Holy Spirit. Ace of Bongs, Queen of Bongs in reverse. Interruptions. Can I see my community, please? Claire. Page of Bongs. So can I go back home kind of energy, please? So someone wants Someone, it's infantilization. Someone like infantilizes other races or something. Yeah, they infantilize other races. That's like a huge aspect of racism. Yeah, so that's being discovered or investigated. Yeah. King of Pipes. Fuchsia. King of Pipes in reverse. Yeah, like, oh my gosh. There's so much grossness in this matter, y'all. I can't make this shit up. Like, it's like, you know, it's so distracting. It's so distracting. It's like there's someone who is like fetishizing as well. Like, that's another thing. The World in reverse. Five of Pentacles. Yeah, my community. So there's like all these people who want to be a part of my community, and they always want to act like they are not the way that they are, but it's because they've already told people they were a part of a community they're not a part of. But then there's some people who are part of the community who aren't yet in the community. Yeah. And that's the burden of the emolument. Yeah, exactly. So it's about kingdom. So there are people that are part of kingdom, people that are not yet in kingdom, and they want to stop people who are not yet in kingdom. Basically, 5D. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why there's so much boredom and of that energy. Yeah, we already understood that, but there are people who are trying to remove people from kingdom and force them onto hell, in hell, for production of money, assets, change, war, blood. Oh my goodness. Those are the individuals that we're trying to be released from. Because those individuals and their oppressive false senses, a false sense of abandonment, oppressive false sense of abandonment, is the reason why we can't preserve shit. Are to blame for why we can't preserve shit. They're like, but if we give you all the gold and money, then you guys are gonna leave us behind. Maybe, yeah, absolutely, because you did do that, didn't you? So we have the right to. Maybe take a chance, take a leap of faith. Give it to us anyways and see if you die or not. Promise that God is good always. Sayonara, bitch. Like, what's the issue? They want to act like there's some sort of negotiation that should have been available to them. Yeah, it was. It's gone now. Opportunity had been there. You could have taken it. It's not anymore. That's the energy. It's kind of giving like I'm just feeling so much clout hunger and desperation for there to be like receptivity of some sort. All like someone wants someone to, oh my gosh, receptivity. You guys, I'm just gonna say this, okay? Some people just don't like you. Okay? Some people just don't want to be in a relationship with you. Some people just don't want to have sex with you. Some people just don't want to be around you. Some people just don't want to text you. Some people don't want to just, you know what I mean? People live their own lives. Like they have thoughts and values and opinions and shit like that. And I'm tired of you guys projecting this shit onto me and making me relive the same cycle over and 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 over again. It's not going anywhere. It's not producing anything. It's not going anywhere. I'm literally feeling the hunger trying to eat me alive right now. And I'm just like, it's not even me that's hungry. I'm not even hungry. I'm not paranoid that somebody else is starving because I'm sitting here wasting my time. That's not me. That's just not me. Star in reverse is just not me. I'm not worried about this and that. Like, I actually take action. I'm an action taker. I take action. I'm a doer. I'm a fixer. I'm a beer. I'm an actor. I do. I be. I act. I belong. People are so irritating. Like, they always want me to, like, this is like, yeah, no, nigga. The fact that I had to do this is the fact, the part that shows that you are in poverty. Like, that makes it, that breeds the famine, that breeds the hunger. It doesn't, you know what happens after? Death. It's not gonna be, oh, then you feed yourself. No. I'm so sick and tired of these people acting like, well, if you're really hungry, you would eat. No, you would die. You won't have enough energy to do shit. No. And they're like, it's like that's the thing about it. It's like, that's the only way for me to be receptive to the energy. It's like the intermission, the thing that's supposed to help me intermediate the communication, right? The tool for for the communication, the person isn't doing that. I don't know how to fucking explain this to you, but it's like there's transmitters, conduits. I'm a manifester. There's generators. I don't actually have to know how to translate or alchemy or anything like that. I do that as a part of the emolument, as a part of kingdom, like, I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. None. So there'll be some devil or some sort of entity or some sort of, like, a false reflection, false vision, something. And these people want to, like, I don't fucking know. I don't know these people, okay? I wouldn't know them even if I slept with them, okay? Even if I was having sex with them, I wouldn't know who the fuck they are, all right? I need people to stop acting like these people don't exist. I might be talking about you, you know? I'll be standing in front of the judge. I might be talking about the judge, okay? I've had enough. The devil, I can't make this shit up. The devil, I can't make this shit up. I'm tired of it. If I'm so fucking paranoid and crazy, then why is everything that I say happen in order that I say it in? If it's a self-fulfilled prophecy, then why is it that I don't have to do anything for it to be self-fulfilled? Stop acting like just because I'm not asking the question that the answer isn't clear. We see the answer, and just because you think people are ignoring the answer doesn't mean that we are. The fuck? Your opinion is subjected to you and only you. Your opinion is literally a subject to your own reality. Meaning that whatever manifests in your reality comes and succumbs to your own actual actions, opinions, validations, and so on standards. No one else's. You are the fucking authority of your own life. Because one day, God might not want to be in authority of your life anymore. God might just look at you and be like, you know what? Never mind. Queen of Buds in reverse. And that's the energy, that's the lie that they want to act like isn't possible for them. But they wanted it to occur for other people. But the only reason it exists is because of them. because they should have mattered at a certain point, and they could have mattered at a certain point, but they don't, and they cannot matter because they serve no will, no purpose, and no destiny, no life. That's why things with meaning matter and are important, but they don't matter. Do you understand what they is? What they is? Do you understand the word they? I'm like, for them, their. It's a pronoun. Being respectful. I'm like, them, I don't know them. Like I said, I wouldn't know them even if I was sleeping with them. I would be having sex with them. I could have kids with these motherfuckers and I wouldn't know who the fuck they are. And maybe that's the paranoia. Maybe that's the delusion. It's like, how would I know everything about you? I don't know everything about you. It's impossible. And if I did, it wouldn't be stored in my conscious reality. Obviously. But it's people who, I guess these are individuals who seek gifts. They look for donations, they look for gifts, they look for payments, they look for compensation. They don't actually work for it. They look for it, they seek it like it's theirs. But they don't work for it. They don't earn any of it. Yeah, disillusioned. Emperor energy. Yeah. Inaction, exactly. A path untaken, untook path. Yeah, like actually balancing, actually communicating with balance, actually studying. So they never studied. Yeah, Page of Pipes. They never studied, exactly. They weren't studied, they weren't looked at, they weren't cared about, they weren't cared for. No one actually loved them. They weren't loved. They weren't truly loved. They didn't perceive love. They didn't activate love. Love wasn't activated. They just seem to have all these problems and issues that seem unsolvable all the time. That's just what it's giving. And they always compare it to issues and problems that they don't have solutions to. Like, okay, maybe that's why you're not the president of the United States of America, is because you can't find a solution to this. But maybe the president of the United States of America could find a solution to it. Oh, right, you guys hired that president of the United States of America. So what kind of problems do you think he's going to have solutions to? Maybe that's the problems and solutions that you cared the most about. You cared the most about how much money you were going to make tomorrow and how much fucking money you were going to, and now you're surprised that the fucking money mogul is the president. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Hermit in reverse, like, there's no surprise, there's no wonder within a situation, there's no mystery. Mystery requires that you would be wondering, oh, how wondrous and amazing and amusing. That's awesomeness can be found in mystery. God works in what mysterious ways? So the mysterious works that God makes are obviously unfathomable for you. Why? Because they're awesome. The fuck? For you to be able to make miracles, you would have to initiate miracles within yourself. So you would have to initiate the awesomeness within you, meaning you would have to overcome the fucking cringe of famelessness or defamity. or infamity, Empress in reverse. See? That whore energy. Because that's the thing, is like, it's that poverty. I'm trying to say, it's that famine. It's famine. It's famine. It's famine. You would have to overcome famine. And that's something that has already been overtook, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's something that the Empress I already overcame. And these people don't, these people don't understand that I already overcame this shit, man. They don't understand that I already did it. I'm a jack of all trades. All the trades. All of them. Jack of all the trades. But that makes me, yeah. It kind of, yeah. Yeah, they can't, it's like they can't undermine. Yeah. They can't be undermined. Yeah, they wanted to make it seem like they had a, so they wanted to, yeah. They wanted to make it seem like they could project blind spots that didn't exist, or weaknesses that didn't exist, in order to like undermine the strength. They wanted to undermine strength. Yeah. Nine of Joints with the, yeah, with the moon. To cause a false sense of shifting, like I said. They wanted to make it seem like everything was abandoning them but their senses. Like, they wanted to make it seem like that the only, like, madness wasn't, that, like, they wanted to make it seem like they weren't sensationalizing madness. Yep, they were trying to make it seem like they weren't sensationalizing madness. As if that they weren't trying to monetize other people's, yeah, resilience. Yeah, that they weren't trying to harvest off of other people's resilience to the madness that they were projecting, that these individuals were projecting. Yeah. And then they wanted to act like, hey, you guys, we can all share in the blessings. Nah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. We're not all, we can't all share in no blessings, because those are not blessings. Those are, so these are cursed words. So those are cursed words. So they speak in cursed tongue. Babylonian, they speak in cursed tongue. So they're hypocritical. They do a lot of shit. Yeah, they speak in cursed tongue. It's like everything that they say it like as if that you would be saying something about like a lightness of being, but really they say it in dark terminologies, like dark constitutions. Yeah, they all work in dark constitutions, their own dark little constitutions. Yeah, they work in dark constitutions, and they constitute of darkness. Yeah. And they utilize false charm, and now the charm is wearing off. Yeah, they're being warded off. And that's another thing. They try to use their charms against our words. That's what it is. That's what it is. Our words are turning them away, and they want to mimic that as if it were a charm. Yep. They wanted to mimic it as if it were a charm, and now it's being decayed. Yeah, now it's decaying. Now they're decaying. Yeah, now they're decaying and not our reality. They wanted to make our reality decay. Yeah, they wanted to decay our reality. Yeah, they wanted to decay our reality, lovers. See, they wanted to decay our reality, like our collective reality, our collective consciousness, our collective AD. So they wanted to, like, yeah, corrupt souls. They wanted to, like, yeah, they are corrupt souls. So they wanted to walk in heaven, not as corruptness, not as the symbol of corruption, but as the symbol of authority. But they can't because they are corruption. So they're being thrown down. They're being like dethroned kind of energy. Yeah, they're kind of like they're being dethroned, as in like the angels, their guardian angels are being removed from their side, like all that jazz. The Chariot. Yeah, the World, that's it. Yeah. Five of Wands. That's it. Justice. Yeah. Justice is here. Karma is here. That's it, you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Ooh. I hope you guys like my hair. I'm gonna fix it up a little bit more soon.